Ladies and gentlemen, today on this wonderful podcast that I'm hosting with my good friend Simon Sorensen, we're going to be talking about cars, I do believe. And hello, everyone.
I barely understood that.
That's probably a really bad Scottish accent as well. If anyone, if any Scottish person decided to come and hear it. Okay, so how are you, Simon? How was your past week?
It was good. I had mock exams and I finished on Thursday. So I had Friday off and that was really nice.
That's nice. Yeah, I just started mocks as well. I started them on Tuesday and I'm not going to finish until next Tuesday. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, well, it's all right. I realized how much I didn't revise. So
my condolences.
And you? Was it good or horrible?
It was better than what I had expected.
That's good.
But worse than what could have been hoped.
Yeah.
I'm
recalling GCSE times.
Oh, yeah. Christ. No, it was, I didn't revise at all. So I think taking that into account, I did pretty good.
Yeah, all right. Well, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, well, our IB coordinator, he said, these exams literally don't matter. It's only to see how it feels.
Yeah, no, that's what we were told as well.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, then I might as well spend my time playing games.
It was still stressful as fuck, though.
Yeah. And they decided to have some of the exams in the morning.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And I don't know if you know the Global Politics Paper 2 exam, but that is
I wouldn't say I'm familiar with it.
Oof. For high level, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
You have to write 3 essays.
You didn't pull an English GCSE, did you?
No, I did not, but it was close. Because that was at 8:15 in the morning, and I didn't go to bed until 2. So I was probably dead.
Damn.
And I was like, can I just go?
Damn.
And my teacher said no.
You actually asked.
Yes.
There's some nuts on you, Simon.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about your answers to questions? I think I still have a picture of you answering that one chemistry question with the cow. Remember that one?
I don't remember specifically, but I remember doing it. So
yeah, you drew a massive ass cow on top of the answer.
Oh yeah, that one.
I need to go through all of the old pictures. I think my favorite picture of you ever is that picture of you with the mouse plugged into the iPhone.
Yeah, I remember that.
It pretty much sums you up in one picture. That's you.
Yeah.
God.
So my throat is still dry.
Is it?
Yeah.
From illness?
I don't know. I think maybe it's just permanent now. This is my new voice.
Doesn't sound too different.
Yeah. But the thing is, my headphones are plugged into the Yeti. So obviously I can hear myself, and it's like the uncompressed and pretty loud version, so I can hear all the details, and it does sound a little held back compared to normal.
I suppose so. Well, I mean, I only get an hour of you a week, so
yeah. Yeah, I guess that's fair.
And last week you sounded exactly the same.
Yeah, Maybe this is just my voice and I've forgotten how it sounds.
Well, I still think it sounds sexy, Simon.
Thank you very much. That reminds me, I was playing PUBG with some friends, and then when you have a NVIDIA graphics card, you get the fantastic, and this is sarcastic, the fantastic GeForce experience, and it allows you to record highlights from the game, and that's pretty cool if it worked, but it doesn't. So I just turned it off completely, so I didn't have to bother with it. But it did record one highlight of me dying, and I watched it back, and then I sounded like I was dead in real life because I was silent, and then I got shot and killed, and then I said in like a puny voice, I was like, "Okay, guys, I'm dead." And when I watched that video, I was like, "Is that really how I sound when I play games?" Because, god damn, I feel sorry.
Well, all I have to do is go back into your YouTube channel and check out all your old CS:GO montages.
The thing is, I sounded like that, and I'm not supposed to because those are really old, and that was before I even went to an international school. So, but
well, I'm sure it was entertaining for you.
Yeah. Regardless. So the new Grand Tour episode, huh?
Oh yeah, that's what we wanted to talk about. I'm so happy it took them so long for it to come out.
What did you think of the first episode?
Did you watch it yet?
Yes.
Well, I thought it was, I don't know, just seems like it seems great from what I see, because it's just the good, it's the good old Grand Tour. You just get the three idiots mucking around in some amazing cars, smashing around Detroit.
Yep.
I have no complaints whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a good episode, definitely. But it looks from the montage that we saw, it looks like it's not going to be the best in the season by far.
Oh yeah, definitely not. That montage had so much going on.
Some of the stuff that we're going to see, that's going to be exciting.
And, I can't wait for the episode with Clarkson and the huge ass machine gun.
Oh yeah.
I'm so ready for that. 13 episodes, 13 weeks. Oh,
yeah,
so good.
I'm ready. And the wait didn't feel long because I forgot it existed. So I just woke up one morning and I got a notification said episode 1 downloaded, and I was like, yeehaw, man. Yes.
It was strange, actually. I was talking about it earlier this week. When did it come out?
I think yesterday or
yesterday? Really? Was it?
The day before yesterday?
Darn. Yeah, because earlier this week during mocks, I was talking to a friend about, the Grand Tour, and just like, it's been ages since the last episode came out. I wonder when the next one's coming out. And he told me it was coming out this month, and then it came out. So, wow.
Yeah, it was yesterday, Friday at 6 a.m.
For you?
Yeah.
That would have made it like in the middle of the afternoon on Friday for me.
Yeah. Around 1 p.m. I believe. No, never mind. Yeah. Wait, no, it is. Regardless.
What time is it there for you?
Right now it's 4 p.m.
Right. So it's about 7 hours.
Yeah. And then once we switch back to summertime, then it's 6 hours. So.
Ooh, that'll be fun. But by the time summer comes rolling around, I'll be like somewhere else probably.
Yeah.
Traveling the world in my mobile. I don't know. I was gonna finish that off with my RV.
So, I'm planning a trip to Japan with my parents.
Oh, so you settled on Japan then?
Yep.
Okay.
First, first, our plan was to go to New York and California,
Oh, that sounds nice.
and then we kind of we started planning it, and then the prices they
Went
were a
up.
little bit higher than we had expected
Hmm.
for a lot of things, and then it didn't become viable. And then we said, okay, let's just do New York then, because then it'll
Hmm.
be a lot cheaper. But then I said, what about Japan? Because
Hmm.
screw the United States. And then my
And the whole
dad said,
situation. Yeah.
yeah. Then my dad said he actually wanted to go to Japan more than the United States. So then we agreed on Tokyo.
It's a nice place, actually.
From the Google search I did a few minutes ago, it looks awesome. Like there's so much
Yeah.
stuff.
No, it's Japan. You're gonna find a lot of stuff. I suppose
Yeah.
all these big cities are gonna find a lot of stuff. I mean, New
Mhm.
York, definitely you're gonna find tons of stuff, but I wouldn't say it's a bad trade necessarily. Tokyo's a great city.
And bear with me here. Um, it's common knowledge that American culture is very influential over European culture.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, like, if you go to the UK, there's so many American chains, and not so much Denmark, but even if you go to Copenhagen, there's a lot of American stuff, and we watch American films and American TV.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
think,
American media.
yeah, I think it's going to be refreshing to go to New York of the East, so to speak.
I suppose you could call it that. I mean, actually, more like China would be the America of the East. So,
Yeah,
what
I
would
know,
Tokyo
but
be? I'd say Tokyo and Korea collectively are more like Europe.
okay, yeah. But I I think in terms of modern culture,
Hmm.
I would say you have America on the west, and then you have
Yeah,
very much the Japanese on the east, because
yeah,
you
yeah.
have
I get that.
anime and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
all the media and stuff comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of I suppose Asia, Japan definitely has the highest output of just goddamn really good media. In fact, you could even argue that most of the action films in American cinema have been influenced by anime because, well,
Mhm.
it's just goddamn fact. The Matrix, Edge of Tomorrow, uh, was it? And they're doing like all the anime reboots, Ghost in the Shell, although that was atrocious. But
Yeah, people didn't like that, huh?
no, although I loved Scarlett Johansson's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just my just my type. Short.
Yeah, I remember. um yeah, so uh I think I'm gonna be very happy in Tokyo.
Yeah, really enjoy it whilst you're there.
Uh,
I've been there
and
once, I think. Oh yeah?
was it nice?
Was it? Yeah, it was definitely nice. The weirdest thing that I still haven't really gotten over because I've been there twice now, and the first time was Tokyo, the second time was Osaka. The first time we went
Mhm.
to Disneyland, the second time we went to Universal Studios. They got a whole bunch of rides there, but the people in from Japan, if there are any Japanese people, I hope I'm not offending you with this, but they are actually, why would they be offended? This is a good thing. You guys are the most polite people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Ever. They're so polite. But what frightens me about that is that I don't know when I'm overstepping my boundaries. Because they'll be like, oh no, it's not your fault. It's okay. Thank you very much. And then they bow.
That sounds awesome.
It does, yeah. They're very hospitable. So uh you don't worry about it. You're gonna have the best toilets in the world as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I I'm looking at the Google Maps for Tokyo right now. It is so detailed. It is almost not useful. Like there are train lines and traffic, I think, and so many 7-Elevens all over. They have
Oh,
their
it's
own icon. And
what? Icon.
Yeah, like on Google Maps there are like markers for each
Oh
type,
yeah.
and instead of the fork and knife, it's a 7.
Well, Asia likes its convenient stores. If you remember in China, there was a Family Mart every corner as well.
Same in Japan. Looking here,
Yeah, I know.
literally on the same street, there's 2 Family Marts. Why?
Because convenience. They're designed to be convenient. They're right there. You go get them. Whichever one's closer, you know?
Here's one more, and then a 7-Eleven right here. That is wow. Well, I can't wait.
It's gonna
Then I
be
just,
absolutely
I
great.
mean,
Pick up some
yeah,
anime stuff.
yeah. I think it would be good to go to maybe a cinema and watch an anime movie.
Yeah, actually, that sounds like a good idea. I wouldn't know what's coming out over the next, by the time you get there. But you might want to check the forecast. Oh, I don't know. Is that what they call it? The forecast for movies coming up?
I guess. Yeah.
I'm pretty
I've
sure they
opened
just
it.
show like.
Yeah.
I'm sure they
What's
just
that?
show like normal movies as well, not just anime ones.
Maybe.
Japanese cinema is actually pretty good. Like not just anime.
Yeah. I would imagine with their technology and stuff.
Actually, it's because they're the fourth culture that ever got their hands on a camera.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
historically, I've always been interested in this because I find a lot of maybe not similarities, but just like when I'm watching certain films and French films, I'm not sure if there's a connection, but I feel like there is because I think their two cinema cultures are very similar and very interesting. Because French animation is also really stylistic and also really cool. If you've ever seen it, have you?
No, but I've seen one French film. So,
Oh, is it Amelie?
yes.
That's fair. Well, actually, yeah, but I mean, like French humor is that kind of like weird, witty, like abrupt humor. You know what I'm talking about? Like at least from Amelie, not like all the rest of them, but from Amelie, you get that feeling of just weird quirkiness, and I get that kind of vibe from Japanese films as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this movie I've been meaning to watch from Japan, a Japanese movie called Love Exposure.
Love Exposure. Let me just.
I don't even know how to describe it to you. It's 4 hours long. It's the first thing you need to know.
Why is that?
I think it's 4+ hours long because I don't know. The director or something was crazy. He decided to make a random ass film, and he did. And it looks kind of like low budget as well. But it's 4 hours and it's meant to be a masterpiece. So I'm really, really intrigued. And I'm trying to find time where I can just sit down and just watch the whole thing. But it's hard to find 4 hours of free time, you know?
I wouldn't even be able to concentrate for that long.
Yeah, I know. But the good thing is apparently it's so random you don't need to.
What Lord of the Rings, I've never seen it because it's too long.
But they're only
I've
about
tried.
2 and a bit hours on.
Oh, I have the extended edition. Those are pretty long.
Oh yeah, those are pushing up to about 3, aren't they?
I think the what's it called? The Fellowship of the Ring. The extended cut is 3 hours and 20 minutes, I believe.
Dang.
So let me just double check. 3 hours and 48 minutes. I can't concentrate for that long. I really can't.
It is exhausting, actually. I would expect it to be.
Even if I was sitting on a plane flying to somewhere far away, I still wouldn't be able to concentrate on watching it. Yeah.
You'd have to have like a billion monster energies and just some sort of Zen meditation practice. But yeah, good luck in Japan. enjoy the media that they have there. It's great. I suppose there's been talk of one recent anime movie that's been good called I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I've been meaning to watch that. Certainly strange. Yellow. Well, looks like we've lost Simon for a bit. Not quite sure what's going on. Suddenly, I'm very conscious of the fact that I'm alone on a live broadcast. I suppose I shall take this moment to do something. Either that or my headphones are broken. Let me just check. Nope.
I'm still here.
Oh, there he is. You had me worried for a second. And now he's not here. Okay. I see how it is. I'll just do some stuff. Oh, no, he's back. Hello.
Hello. Well, that is the interesting aspect of doing live broadcasts.
Mm-hmm.
That sometimes the connection just drops.
Yeah, and I'm just left alone to talk.
Yeah, but what were we talking about?
We were talking about films, anime stuff.
Okay.
Would you like to move on?
Yeah, do you have something spicy?
Do I have something spicy? Oh, I also texted Jerry about the Grand Tour.
Oh.
I really want to know how he's...
say?
He didn't say anything. I don't know if he's still on WeChat or not because he's in the US. So he probably doesn't check up with the Chinese stuff so much anymore. Or maybe he does. Jerry, if you're watching this sometime in the future, this is not meant to harass you or anything about that. I'm sure you're doing fine. So yeah, I sent him a picture.
That is not epic that he hasn't replied.
Maybe I just haven't checked my phone yet. Maybe it might be that. I mean, I'll double check. I don't have it with me right now because it's charging in my room. And I can't be asked to get off this chair.
No, of course.
He seems to be happy, though, in America, if you've been following his Instagram stuff.
Yes, I have.
Seems to be getting more and more swag as the day passes. Each day passes.
I'm not going to dispute that claim.
I think the most amazing or atrocious thing that I've seen was, gosh, I really hope he isn't listening to this. I saw a Supreme shirt, I believe. You know, just a standard Supreme kind of design. The big logo on the front, except patterned around it was LV. Like the rest of the shirt was covered in this paisley pattern of flowers and LV. It was certainly something. I don't think he was wearing it, though. It could have been someone else. Looks like the connection's dropped again.
Hello?
Hi.
I honestly don't know what's happening. I'm sitting here talking to you, and then I just hear you say, looks like the connection has dropped again.
I don't know if it's anything on my end. It seems to be what I'm usually doing.
Well, I am... I can see my level indicator.
Yeah, it's working fine now.
Okay. As I was saying, I found a cinema in Tokyo called Toho Cinemas Shinjuku,
Mhm.
which is like English movies.
Okay.
Probably not what I want to go for, but they're here.
Certainly. I'm sure there's a market of Western movies in Japan.
There has to be. It would be strange not to.
Oh yeah, definitely. Japan's the most
Oh, that
Western out of us East Asian countries.
Mm,
Oh yeah, reminds you.
yeah. I was watching a Chinese TV show on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and the cultural differences are so strange. To me, the acting looked really, really bad,
Mm-hmm.
but I am certain, I hope at least, that it is just how it is in China.
It's very open-minded of you, Simon, having lived in China before.
Let me see what's it called.
Do you remember
What's
what
it
the
called?
Chinese were like?
In
Do you
China?
remember what the Chinese? Yeah, when you were in Shanghai, do you remember what they were like?
Were super annoying.
I suppose, yeah, you wouldn't be wrong there. There's not so much value of privacy in China as there is in the Western world. We're pretty just like open with each other, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
So did you find that show?
Stupid ass.
Guess
Can
I'll
you
just
hear
wait.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you again. Hello, welcome back.
The show is called Meteor Garden.
Meteor Garden. That sounds pretty Chinese to me, actually. You just get something fancy and shiny, and then you put it next to something nature-based.
Yeah. It's a reboot of the iconic 2001 original. It is a romantic comedy.
Okay, well, I'll have to watch it and to see if it's actually any good or not.
I watched the first episode and I was like, this is so weird. Why?
What were they like? Were they being really loud, or because, Chinese people can be loud?
They were talking like this in the theater.
Sorry?
They were talking like it was a play.
Oh. Huh,
And
maybe that is just the culture there.
yeah, and they were like over articulating, it seemed like. I mean, I don't speak Chinese, so I don't know, but that's what it seemed like to me.
Well, I mean, do you remember what Chinese people were in Shanghai and just compared to that?
Yeah, in that case, they were over articulating. And it's set in Shanghai, so I thought, hey, better watch that.
Was it the Shanghai you remember?
It was, it's set at, what's it called? Zhongden University or something.
Huh.
So it's only at the university, and I've never seen that, so I don't know.
Fair enough. I don't think I've ever heard of it either, but then again, we were pretty much out in the sticks in Shanghai. We were in a small expat community.
Yeah. Yuck.
It's a weird thing. Like, you get integrated into the culture somewhat, and then not really. I stand by by my. Yeah.
One thing I will say about this show is that it really, in this show, Shanghai and China looks like it's like this completely awesome super developed country where everyone is kind of middle class or above, and that is not the case. So it doesn't actually look like what I remember from Shanghai.
I'm sure there was less pollution.
Yeah, in this film there is zero, or this showing zero pollution. It looks like.
God, that's the worst part about China.
Do you remember when they had the G20 conference and they shut down all the factories? And the air was so
just for that
clean,
one conference.
and the sky was blue. And you're like, wow, how it's insane how such a shutdown could actually affect the environment so much.
Yeah, I know. It's really quite scary how much China is trying to, develop, and it's developing crazily now. It's just like it's up there with America and trying to beat it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Japan in the 80s.
Yeah. There is 50 episodes registered. Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
Why not?
You can't have 50 episodes in one season. That's crazy. No.
Maybe that's just a Chinese way of doing things.
I'm not one to criticize. Well, I think China beating the US in terms of everything is inevitable.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong there.
Because,
I mean, yeah.
Obviously, I'm not an expert in anything, but... What?
We talked about it last week, the 5G, 4G thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also given maybe the political situation of the US now is really starting to hurt them.
Yeah, no, I think the entirety of the West is kind of like shitting on itself.
Yeah. You have...
Oh, it's the... Yeah. Every week.
Oh, that's very nice.
We're talking about you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Pocket money tomorrow, and I only get 50 left, okay?
All right.
I owe you. I paid you last week, right?
Did you?
I did.
I'm sure you did.
You
Thank you. Did I?
Last Saturday?
Yes, you did. Thank you. You did.
Go Saturday, right?
I did.
Oh, the day before. Shit, man. Okay, 240 tomorrow. I'll owe you 50. Yeah.
Thank you. So what's your mom like? Oh, are you gone again?
I said she's nice.
Yeah, she's my mom. She just turned 51.
Wow.
2 days ago. Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And she's just hoping that I get out of the house fast soon enough so that way she can go on a world trip in Europe.
Okay.
She likes Europe.
That's good to hear. It is the superior continent after all.
It's up to debate. We were talking about how the West was shitting on itself.
Oh yeah. You have Donald Trump in the United States. I don't understand why he's still president. That shouldn't be possible.
3 years now, hasn't it? I mean, we're in the third year. Yeah.
And there is so much evidence that he has done so much illegal shit. And still, the Republicans are like, well, it's not the worst we've seen. And the public is like, it is. Get rid of him. But regardless. And then you have Brexit in the UK.
Yeah. They just passed a thing, right? Like they Theresa May didn't manage to get the deal signed between the left and the rights, the Tories and everyone else in the House of Commons. So then they did that no confidence vote thing, and then now she's under pressure again to come up with a new plan. So
I just don't get it. Why would they say we don't want to be part of the EU, but when negotiating our departure, we want everything good about the EU? That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. It's because they were idiots for wanting to do it in the first place. So they're just trying to say, all right, we still want to be, but everyone else says that, we shouldn't be. So what do we do? I'm guessing that's what their situation is, right?
Yeah, well, I don't remember who it was, but there's one guy in the EU that said to the UK, for all we care, you can just ignore the vote and you'll stay part of the EU. We don't mind.
You should do that, honestly.
I believe the parliament does have the right and the authority to just ignore the vote.
Yeah, honestly, they should. But, there are still some people faffing about in England who think that it's a dumb thing to leave.
Yeah.
Just like how there's still people in America who think Trump's great.
That is beyond me. Because at this point, it's not even about political beliefs. Because Trump is doing stuff that is stupid no matter what you believe in.
No, yeah, definitely.
So, but hey, that's on them, and they can do whatever they want. I don't care.
I mean, I suppose this kind of shows like an issue with democracy. Like, if you give people the right to vote, you got to make sure that they're also informed about what they're voting for.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, people are just like, oh yeah, I kind of get the idea of Brexit. I kind of get the idea of Trump becoming president. We can be more independent. We can do our own kind of stuff. But no, they have no idea really what that means.
The people who voted for Brexit, some people thought they would be leaving the continent of Europe. Like,
what?
Some people thought they would geographically move. And if you're that dumb, I don't think you should be allowed to vote for anything. Because you're just going to mess stuff up for everyone else. And it's the same in the United States. People are thinking they voted for Trump because then they're going to get rid of all immigrants. And what's happened? Jack.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm not even sure how they expected it to happen even in the first place. Just like nothing makes sense.
I don't know how they expected a wall is going to solve the problem, because Mexicans do have airports. They can just fly in.
Yeah, it's true. Plus, have you seen that video of the guy in the hover suit flying around the internet? Your mic's off.
Yeah.
You have? I remember when I was watching it ages ago on YouTube. I found the video of the guy who was developing it, and some rich Japanese. It's always a rich Japanese dude who wants to do. Maybe I'm getting confused, but I thought it was a rich Japanese dude who wanted to fly in that suit. Just like how there's a rich Japanese dude who wants to fly in Elon Musk's rocket ship.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing that little hover suit makes me think that maybe it won't be too long before we can just fly over that wall.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is.
And
I mean, I commend him for trying.
Yeah.
There has never been a greater and more moving success story than that of Donald Trump. The odds were against him. Everyone hated him, but he still became president.
And how? It baffles me. That is just beyond me. And
the one good thing about Trump is he's an inspiration to children all over the world.
Yeah.
Don't become like him, but at least, I suppose if you try hard enough, you can get somewhere.
Well, I guess it was fair enough that I just I, I don't get it because I mean obviously politics in Denmark is so different. We don't really have the right wing that is in the United States. So, but some of the stuff he says and does is just so stupid. If that happened in Denmark, he would be removed from the post within a week, I'm certain.
Well, okay. I'm gonna trust you on that. I mean, maybe it's just a bit of cynicism, but nowadays I'm just seeing many more dumb people come out of places where you think they didn't exist before.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought like for the Brexit thing, it wouldn't happen because it was just so obvious, that it's dumb and everyone could see that. And Britain's meant to be an educated place, as is America. But
well, no, the thing about Brexit is that they said, what was it? They were campaigning, they wanted to leave so they didn't have to pay money to the EU and some immigration issues. But I think they forgot about the fact that actually the money you pay is much less than the money you save from you got the economic zone and so much other things. It like the EU is just so beneficial to all the members.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's just stupid. But fortunately, after the vote, polls and statistics are showing that all of the EU members are much more in favor of being part of the EU because of the failed Brexit, it looks like.
Well, that's good. At least the EU is going to be healthy for now.
Yeah. Because what I thought was if Brexit was successful, then some of the other countries might want to leave as well. But the opposite happened. So I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That is good. I mean, like, there's so many benefits out of being in the EU that I don't know about. I mean, the thing that I think that I'd like is I don't know. Can you guys kind of just like bungle around each other's countries? You don't really need to mess around with all that annoying immigration stuff like they have in the US, right?
No, yeah, we can just go to any other member state. We don't even need our passport. Sometimes
that's the best part.
When I flew to Frankfurt, I didn't use my passport.
How did you get there?
Plane.
Well, you can just walk up to a plane. I've never done that.
Maybe I'm remembering wrong because it does sound a bit weird, but I'm pretty sure I was surprised that I just had my boarding pass on my phone, and then I went through security, and that was it. There was no passport control. I was like, all right, cheers.
Dang.
Yeah.
I've never been on a plane without a passport before.
Yeah. It's very nice. It saves you a lot of time, and yeah, it's just great.
But times are going backwards now, at least for the UK.
Yeah. My aunt, she owns a business that it's like a logistics business. And she told me one of the problems with the UK leaving is that the tunnel between the UK and France, where there's a lot of trucks passing with goods. Right now, there's no customs between the two countries, right? Because they're in the economic zone. But if the UK leaves and each truck needs to be checked and customs needs to be paid, in practice, there is no space for the trucks to park once they enter the UK because it wasn't planned that they would have to go through customs. So there are going to be some infrastructure changes there, in both
That
France
sounds
and the UK.
really annoying, especially
Yeah,
considering
and
that it's under the sea.
yeah, that is quite irritating. And then you have obviously Ireland and Northern Ireland. That has been a pretty heated issue. So it seems all around to be a pretty bad idea.
I think we've agreed on it. I'm sure there are tons of people who have like a shit ton more to say. If we could get them on, but
And then I don't know how long it takes to join the EU, but they're probably going to leave and then realize how bad it is, and then they're going to try to join the EU again. But it takes a lot of years, many years, to join. So
that's annoying.
yeah.
I suppose all we can do is hope that they don't really leave, or at least they manage to do something that's not stupid. They've got until March, right? Is that the deadline from Britain?
March 29th.
It's not long at all, actually. But holy shit, actually, my film portfolio is meant to be done by March 9th, so crap.
Oof. That's not good.
Yeah, I know. I'll try and just get as much as I can done.
Yeah. I need to do some editing after this, because there's the MUN conference at my school next week, and I promised I would do some editing for them, so that needs to be done.
Good luck with that. You're always good at it. You're the one who won the award.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's just a pity award, but
no, dude, your editing was great.
I'm not the best at it, but it's okay.
It was fine. You managed to salvage the film. Can I just say that editors have the hardest job, because a shit film can usually be saved by a really, really competent editor. I still can't get over the fact. Was it Michael who shot Miss whoever looking in the wrong direction?
Well, okay, so that was partly my fault as well, because we agreed to meet with her, and it was like in this tiny room, right? So we couldn't really be behind the camera, so there wasn't anyone sitting behind the camera looking at it. And then I just put the camera, and I told her to sit there and look in that direction, and then we started rolling. So, but the thing is, I did everything. So
when it's not your job,
I put on the sound, I put the camera down. So I'm pretty sure I put the camera there, but I never actually checked it and okayed it. So
yeah, that's annoying. Do you still get that with your team? Just like sometimes you find yourself doing unnecessary things.
Yes,
that's not your job.
I have a horror story, kind of, from my last film production.
Let's hear it.
I think you might feel sick when you hear it. So essentially, it was a restaurant scene, and we had extras, so there was people in the background, so it looked kind of real. And then our director said, "Okay, just talk amongst yourselves." And then I looked at him and I said, "No, you're not gonna want to have them talking if I have dialogue in this scene." And then he said, "Where else are we gonna get the sound from?" And I said, "Not when I'm talking. Edit it in after." So essentially, we ended up recording with all the extras talking.
Yes.
And then I was like, "Okay, suit yourself. I'm just the actor." And sure enough, the edit came out, and you could barely hear what I said, even though I talked really loud.
Oh my gosh. Why? Like, you'd think if they're doing film, they'd know at least that.
I think it's a very simple concept that you don't want
Yeah.
noise on the set if you can avoid it.
Yeah,
But-
absolutely.
And what really hurt me was that he specifically requested it. Like, it wasn't a mistake that he forgot to say, "Oh, nobody talk." It was like, "Can everybody talk, please?"
He asked them to talk. God. Well,
That hurt.
was it? It was yours, was it? Was it your production?
Yeah, but fortunately, I was only actor, so I'm not gonna put it in my portfolio.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure if my portfolio is looking any good. The most difficult thing I had about my entire film experience is just I couldn't find people like I could really work with. I managed to in the end, but then I ended up wasting like a whole year doing stuff that was just like, oh. It took my editor a whole year and a half to get me the first project that we filmed back to me.
That's not good.
It wasn't. And I asked him throughout the 1.5 years that I knew him, when is it coming back to me? Can I get it? Can I move on? And then just before the Christmas break, I got it and I finally put it in. And I was just like, okay, it's okay. What can I expect? Because we didn't have time to like look over it again and see, all right, could we maybe fix this and that?
Well, for
It's gone quiet again. Yep.
stupid. Hello?
Yeah, sorry. So you said for
Okay.
something?
One of the things I'm editing now is a Friends intro.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And even though it's like a small edit, it's a simple thing. We've still planned that I'm gonna finish the edit here today or tomorrow, and then the girl who's in charge of it, she's gonna come over and look it over with me, and then we're gonna finish it off. So I really always want to have like I do the first draft of the edit, and then somebody who's in charge comes and looks it over, and then we change it together.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really how it should have been. I kept looking at his edit, and I kept saying, that's fine. Could you just try this and try that? But I don't know. It just took ages.
A good edit will be so close to perfect that the director will come in and say, could you make that cut a little quicker, and then you can just do it in 500 milliseconds, and then the editor can see it, and then you can say, no, actually just undo that. And it has to be those small kind of tweaks,
Yeah. No, yeah, that's exactly, because you don't want to be wasting time like going through, okay, could you maybe get rid of that entire clip, and then you got to watch it again and all that kind of stuff. That's what I was kind of going through. Editing isn't really too hard, I would say.
It can be, but yeah.
I mean, at this level, well,
No, yeah, if you're doing, school production is not difficult to edit, usually.
I wouldn't expect it to be. I mean, I think the hardest you'll ever get is if you wanted to do something like edit to a beat,
Oh, yeah.
But that's probably the most difficult that you're ever going to get in terms of school production level of editing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I always wanted to do that, actually, but it's hard. I feel like editors do need to have a sense of internal rhythm, like, because editing is controlling timing of. The most important thing is controlling the timing of the silences, perhaps between actors, when to cut between things, what to focus on between all the shots.
Yeah. I learned something called, I think it's called a J cut in dialogue.
That sounds interesting. What's that? Oh, is that when you move the sound underneath?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it.
The trick I learned from my editor that said, pretend you're in the room looking at the two people talking, and then you edit as if your eyes are changing. So there's going to be a small delay, like you hear the new person start talking, then you look over and you want to mimic that in editing, and then it feels natural.
Yeah, I know that makes tons of sense. Actually, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll go over some of my films and see if I can actually incorporate that. But that depends if I have time, of course.
Yeah, you're a busy man.
And plus, should I really be working on other people's projects? Because I haven't picked editing as one of my 3 portfolio things.
Well, that's up to you.
Yeah, now I wanted to try cinematography because ever since the failure that was your cooking show, I've been wanting to improve.
Well, I avoid cinematography because it's so difficult, and I know I would fail. So I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, no, it is definitely one of the hardest ones to get right.
Yeah. Are we? I think we're just about done.
We're just about done here as well. So that was a wonderful conversation again, Simon. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Next week, a new episode of Grand Tour, so we can look forward to that.
Yeah, and something more to discuss.
Oh yeah, watch Love Exposure when you have the time.
Yeah, I'll just I'll let you know when I've seen it.
Sure. Well, actually, there is a Chinese film that I just started watching. It's a Chinese one called A Touch of Sin, and I don't think it's bad at all. If you watch it, you'll actually think it's good acting. So A Touch of Sin by Jia Zhangke, if you know how to spell
4
that.
independent stories set in modern China about random acts of violence.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Tell me what you think. If you watch it by next week, tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, you want to sign off? Or you want me to sign off? I think it's my turn.
You can
again,
sign
isn't it?
off.
Yeah, it's my turn. All right. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. It's probably not anything else we're going to be talking about today, but we're very happy that you're here to listen to us, and we'll be off then. This is Alistair Tew, and my friend talking is Simon Sorensen. Ta.
Bye-bye.